But this is one of the ways that I think about systems theory. I think about this recursive loop between people. So if you could think about this as person A and this is person B. And so, so for example, if a person came in and they had a low sex drive, think about some of the behaviors that they might engage in around that issue. Like maybe they would distance. Maybe they would show anger in all the different ways. With a couple, I'd actually break down what showing anger looks like. Maybe they would be quiet. Maybe they would not initiate sex. And then I could go through, and with every couple, it would be something different, but I would go through and find out behaviorally what that person is doing. And then I could think about it over here. There's sort of, so if there's a higher sex drive person, there's some things that would probably be happening on that side, and they kind of match. So if someone's distancing, it makes sense that someone might be pursuing. If someone's showing anger, maybe they would match anger, or maybe they would try and calm calm their partner down. If someone's being quiet or shuts down, maybe shuts down would be a better word, shuts down, then they would try to coerce them to open up, whatever that would look like, and I would break that down into behaviors. If they're not initiating sex, maybe they are also not initiating. Again, this is kind of what happens here. Or they might pursue, or they might initiate sex. Okay, I pretty much it doesn't matter. So very quickly within the first session, or soon after doing the sex history of that, you'll start to figure out these patterns that are creating. And now I also think about the macro level. There might be things up here like poverty or trauma or like traumatic things happening in the city or economic things, so forth and so forth. So I look at what's happening at the macro level because I believe in isomorphism, that what's happening at one at one level of the system can end up playing out in another level. So that's one thing I think about. But then I look about this just basic systems pattern. And then therapy becomes pretty straightforward. It doesn't matter. I need to say this too. You may think this is causing this, but you could just as easily think that this, like if I erased this now and we just looked at if someone's pursuing, someone's distancing, if someone's always initiating sex, then maybe the other person's not going to initiate sex. These patterns start to develop. So whatever they are, then and if they're part of what's maintaining the problem, then part of what therapy is figuring out how to interrupt this pattern so something new can start to happen to them. So I may, and I don't teach this to them, I'm just thinking about this in my own head as I'm trying to make sense of things. I'm going to give assignments that get them to do something different. So maybe I would give some sort of assignment that would have the person who's always pursuing hold back a little bit, or that this person would be in charge of determining when to initiate sex, or I'm just going to give them an assignment, like maybe they're stuck in an argument about this, so I'm going to give them an assignment to go to the library and each find a poem in the library section that captures a feeling that they have towards their partner. There's nothing magic about that assignment. I'm interrupting what is occurring in their patterns. So that's kind of how I think about things systemically. And I could do this with every single presenting issue that we're talking about. There's two people in this relationship or more, and there's a pattern that has evolved around this problem.